Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss who we want to hear more from in the world of bourbon. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Matt Modica, Jeff Andresi, and Tim Swiat.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hey everyone.
Hey, so we're going to be talking today. Who would we like to hear more from? Who would we like to have a bigger presence from, a voice in the business bigger than it is right now? We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Swiat said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So I spent the weekend in St. Louis with the middle child and the whole family for family weekend. First weekend seeing him since college. So we're staying at a very, very nice hotel. And I had an impromptu run-in with a sports player, and I absolutely froze and wanted to say something. I was like, holy cow, this is an international world superstar, and he's right in front of me. Wanted to taunt him, but also wanted to say something, and I got him in the end. I can save that for the end where we get the story at the end. But I was curious to see if anybody's had any run-ins with ad hoc run-in with a celebrity that you were just kind of shell-shocked with, and how did you react?
Okay.
So I can go. My run-in was with Paul Rudd in John Wayne Airport in California. And so I was walking, not paying attention. I was like looking at my phone or something and walking down the terminal and literally almost run into this guy. And I was like, oh, sorry. And like, just keep on walking. And he's like, oh, no problem. And like, I look back and I was like, that was somebody famous. And like I turned around and
that was somebody famous.
And he was looking back at you.
Yeah, that was somebody famous.
It was like, oh, damn, missed an opportunity. But at any
John
rate,
Wayne Airport, best airport in America.
it's a wonderful airport, by the way. It's
that's
incredible.
a celebrity right there.
That's a celebrity. Okay. See, in airports, celebrities are better. Not like whiskey where it sucks. So,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I've had actually a lot of celebrity run-ins. I don't know why, but I just have. And I've shared a lot of them on the show, so I don't want to repeat for long-time listeners. I've got one that I haven't shared before. So and again, this is not unanticipated totally, but because it's a situation where people are at. But I was at, they had the National Baseball Sports Card Convention in St. Louis in 1994 or something like that. It's been a long, long time ago. And my dad was a policeman, so, we'd go into wherever this was being held. I can't even remember where it was held at, maybe at the Dome or something like that. We get to go in the back door. We don't have to wait in the lines and all that shit. We just go in, my dad knows the people and stuff like that. So we go in and, meet some of the celebrities, Mickey Mantle and stuff like that. Got signatures. You pay for that stuff, of course. And it's not that satisfying because they're just there to sign your autograph and then get on to the next person. But so we have we end this thing and we go to leave. And we're also going out the back way. And, again, no one questions my day. As a major in the St. Louis Police Department at the time when we're doing this. So anybody who's there I mean, they're lower ranked than him, and so he just gets to walk away. Once we go down this hallway to go out this back way, and who's waiting there for a cab, just by himself, no one else? Ted Williams.
Oh, wow.
Williams. And I didn't get to meet Ted that day. I didn't, because it was expensive to get the ball, and but I also know Ted can be very tough.
Ornery.
Yeah, he's an ornery guy if you piss him off. So didn't ask for an autograph or anything. I mean, I'd love to, and I look back and that's a miss. But at the same time, I just sat there and talked with him for a little bit. My dad and I did, and it was cool. It was a great moment because I'm sure he thought when he saw us coming, he's like, "Oh, these people are going to ask for the autograph," and we didn't because I didn't want it to be a negative experience where he's yelling or mad or pissed off or something like that. So we just talked to him, small talk for a little bit, and he was a nice guy to us because we didn't do that. It was a great experience. So that was a cool, just a random run in. Didn't expect it to happen. We weren't chasing him like, hey, there's Ted leaving, let's go that way. Just turn a corner and there he was, and he was by himself. So it was a cool thing for sure. So got to talk to Ted Williams. So
That was in the Minneapolis airport. This is 30 years ago.
I have a celebrity running at Minneapolis I've never told. Go ahead though.
Yes.
I'll tell mine. I had one there.
There was a guy sitting at a gate by himself, bow tie, and I look and say, "Holy shit, that's Alan Page." And he, big
Great
hero
Viking,
of mine, big hero of the Vikings. He ended up playing
Purple
for
People
Chicago
Eaters
too.
guy.
Yeah. But I stopped and I looked and I started walking and nope, I'm going to go say hi, and I did. But he's, he sees me coming and he's looking around and looking for security. He was with the Supreme Court of Minnesota at the time.
Right.
And he went from an
Judge,
NFL.
Alan Page,
He was the Supreme Court. So that's his role at the time. And I probably shouldn't have approached him, but I just said, "Hey man, I was just a huge fan. I saw you sitting here. Didn't ask for anything." That was one where I talked to the person. And the other one was in the Sioux Falls airport. And my buddy and I were going on a work trip somewhere. Off the plane comes freaking Tiny Tim, and he's carrying his ukulele. He's carrying his ukulele. We got to see Tiny Tim. We didn't say anything to him, but we just looked at each other and kind of chuckled because he was well beyond his prime. But we saw Tiny Tim in the tiny Sioux Falls airport.
One of the most fascinating people that ever lived, Tiny Tim.
And
listen to his Howard Stern interviews and the stuff that he shared on those interviews.
This was literally
just process to wipe his ass that was unbelievable.
Several months before he died. And I think his wife was from the Twin Cities, if I remember right. But
from the Twin Cities,
shortly before he passed away, it's like, holy cow! But anyway, yeah, those are mine.
You sparked my memory for the one when I was in Minneapolis airport. Again, I was a traveling sales guy, was everywhere, and I was up there, and I hear, "Hey, how you doing?" This person talking, saying hello to everybody. It's Louis Anderson, and Louis Anderson he wanted someone to talk to him. He's going up to the coffee stand. "Hey, how you doing, folks? What's going on?" And like no one was talking to him. And then I'm like, I'm going to be walking past him, and sure enough, he makes eye contact, says hello. And I'm trying to dial my buddy Gavin because I wanted to hand him the phone and say, "Hey, Louis wants to talk to you," but he didn't answer, so I didn't get to do that. So I said hello to Louis. So
Louis was a Minneapolis guy too.
Yeah, he definitely wanted somebody to recognize him and talk to him.
Interesting.
So.
Your Louis Anderson impersonation sounds a lot like Jason Bronner.
Yes.
But it also sounds like Louis Anderson.
Sounds like Louis Anderson.
And also kind of sounds like Gary Heingardner too.
A little bit. They're higher pitched. They're more up here.
Yep, they are.
I'm Gary. And hey, Louis here. So yeah, it's different. It's the same but different. All right, Tim, go ahead.
Any run-ins, Justine?
I had two. One of them, kind of like Jeff. One of them I interacted with. One of them I did not. I'm pretty sure this one I may have told before on the show. But when I was in high school and we would sneak out of the house or whatever, we would always go to like Meijer because it's open 24 hours.
Sure, go to Meijer. And place to run away to.
Yeah. And so this time we went to the Meijer. I think we were in East Jackson. And somehow or another, I
That's a
got
good Meyer. That is a good Meyer, folks.
Yeah, they've got a good frozen food section there.
Oh, their salad bar is incredible there.
it's
Yes.
better than the Westmeyer.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that.
West
Give me a
Meyer.
break.
Come on.
Anyway,
They
so
don't even
it
have
was
fresh
like,
donuts there.
I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't remember why or how I got separated from my friends, but I was walking by myself through Meyer, trekking down the aisle,
Right?
and I happened to like look and kept walking and then like stopped. And I backtracked and I looked and I was like, "You're Ted Nugent." And he says, "Yes, I am."
You're Ted Nugent. You're Ted Nugent.
I was 16. Like, what? You know what I mean?
I'm impressed you knew who Ted Nugent was.
He
I
was,
guess.
well, yeah. I mean, he's a Michigan guy.
I don't think the kids today know who Ted Nugent is.
No.
But.
Probably not.
He was looking at Wrangler jeans at 1 o'clock
sure.
in the morning on
Oh.
the east side of Jackson.
Right.
But yeah, he was like, "Shh," and I was like, "Okay, bye."
Okay.
And then the other one that I didn't interact with, when I went down to Louisville to do the executive bourbon steward class,
Yes. Uh-huh.
I stayed at the Galt House.
Okay.
And I was on my way back from dinner at Bourbon's Bistro, and I'm walking to my room, and Chris Kattan walked
Oh,
past
really?
on the phone talking to whoever. But I just like walked past, and I like once again stopped in my tracks, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was
Talk
Chris
about
Kattan."
somebody who's been through some stuff, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
kidding.
yeah, I didn't talk to him because he was on the phone. But yeah, he was staying on the same floor as me at the Galt House.
Okay.
That's pretty
All
cool.
All right. Matt, you asked the question.
No, it was me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, Tim did. Sorry.
No. No, we thought it was Liz.
Did Matt answer this? Did
I did. Mine
Yes,
was
he
Paul
did.
Rudd.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Rudd. Yeah, that's a bummer. Sorry.
I would love.
Sorry,
to
that's
have
your
that
only
one.
celebrity. Paul Rudd? Nah.
I love Paul Rudd.
He's a cool guy. Like so.
Sure.
They do this thing in Kansas City. Him and Jason Sudeikis, and I think there's a couple others. They do a for charity for like the Children's Hospital there in Kansas City, and like it's
Uh-huh.
they're just awesome. Like they just So
Pretty cool.
You just turned into Chris Farley. Remember when you did that charity thing? That was awesome.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that charity thing. We did
It was
that.
awesome.
Raised a bunch of money for kids. Yeah, I remember. That was awesome.
the van down by the river.
All right, Swide, you asked the question. What,
Yes.
what do you got?
So
Celebrity
this
runs.
morning, I'm checking out of the hotel. The general and I are in this elevator.
This happened
And,
this morning?
This
Breaking
happened this morning.
news. Breaking
Yes,
news
breaking
here,
news. Happened this morning. The night before, St. Louis City FC played against LAFC.
folks. Okay.
For your MLS soccer fans, who may know who I'm talking about. Sung Hyung Min, who's the largest signing in MLS history at $26.5 million. One of the most nicest people in the whole soccer world. The guy's a world-class player, Champions League, won the Europa League, played a lot of world stage. Now he's playing in America, and he's standing right outside the elevators. The doors open up, and I'm like,
And there he
oh my
is.
God, that's Son. And I'm like,
All
I look at that,
5'2" of them.
Yes. So then I get out of the elevator.
Soccer
Excuse
players
me,
are
excuse me. I
tiny.
said, I'm so sorry. I get out of his way. I get out. The general gets out, and he turns and looks at us, and I'm like, I'm talking to Dynamite. I think that's Son. And then the elevator doors close on him, and then he hits a button to try to open up again, and I felt bad because he's a nice guy, and the elevator already went off. So we had to wait for another elevator again. But I did get, for all you Chicago Fire fans, I did stick it to Son Heung-min and basically made him miss his elevator as he's on his recovery day after playing a game the night before.
Okay.
So,
I
really
would
nice
have
guy.
no idea who that is. I perhaps have been on the elevator with this guy myself. I just don't know
Yes.
who he is. I never heard of him.
No.
I'm not really a soccer person.
He's one of the nicest guys.
He's a nice guy. He's apparently a good player within the soccer world.
Yes.
Okay.
World Cup player. I mean, he just plays all over.
So you
the world.
follow soccer enough where you know the people?
Oh, absolutely, I do. Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder. Been a season ticket holder of the Chicago Fire since 2006.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Have they won the championship?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
Typical Chicago sports fan. No.
Who wins? We got a team in St. Louis. I don't even know who wins. It's supposed to be very popular, but I never
No,
even hear.
I've been to a game
And I
in
watch the
St.
news
Louis.
every day, and I never hear who wins.
No, well, so I've been to a couple different matches across the United States because my uncle and cousin I have tickets with. We we travel around. So FC Cincinnati and St. Louis City are the both best fan experiences I've been to. About as close to a European match as you're going to find if you're looking for something.
All
Now,
right.
the only downside I have with St. Louis is you stand up the whole entire match.
Okay.
And by standing up the whole entire match, but everybody in that whole stadium there, I think the majority of the seats are all season ticket holders. So they're all in every single ooh and ah of the match.
Really?
Everything that's going on. It's really something.
Okay.
So
I'm glad
next
to
time
hear
I'm
it.
going to sit in the
I
second.
mean, I love St. Louis. I'm glad to hear that it's good.
Well, the team had a bang out year their first year coming out, and that's when we
Right.
saw them their first inaugural season in this level. They had a little down.
They've been
down
pretty
season.
bad
They're
here
figuring it
recently.
out again. A little mean reversion, but they compete. And I was there for a rivalry match between Sporting Kansas City and St. Louis City, and that was both.
Like, who's the
both
best
sides.
team? Who's the powerhouse? What city is like the powerhouse in this league?
Powerhouse in the league is LAFC, LA Football Club.
Okay. All right. LA.
And then you have to throw in Inter Miami as well because that's where Lionel Messi plays and Sergio Aguero. So it's just there's a whole group of people there that play for them. Luis Suarez and all the big names that all come back, and this is a retirement league. But Miami, we all figured out how to play and beat Messi now. So Miami's kind of in a downswing, but LAFC's been there a lot. The LA teams are pretty good.
Okay, fair enough. All right, on that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Matt this time. Matt, what do you got there, man?
I'm finishing
He looked ready to go.
I'm finishing my heavy pour from the last episode.
Okay.
I'm going to drink bare knuckle straight rye.
Okay. That's a barrel pick from the shop. Okay. Not a lot going on there. I'll go next. I've got Dark Arts. They're single malt. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, it's a good one. Matt's probably still got the lead. I don't know. Well, neither one of us had very good there, by the way, but Matt's got the lead. Jeff's ready to go, so he's next.
I have some Wollersheim from Wisconsin rye whiskey, single barrel from the hand selected by the ABV Barrel Shop.
Okay. Okay, that's our lead. You might cut out on you a little bit there. I feel like it could have been a better experience, but it's certainly enough.
It was just cute on this end.
It was a solid pop.
All right, we'll let Swiat go, and then Justine, we'll see if
I've
she
got
can
an
take.
OG barrel pick. This is the Bananas Foster.
Okay,
barrel.
yeah.
Barrel.
That is an OG.
Yep. Slide on the set.
Okay, nothing there.
Old and crusty.
Last but not least is Justine. Let's see what she's got.
I have Four Roses, limited edition, 2020.
Okay, that was nice, but I think Jeff takes it. So Jeff gets it
Cheers,
for his
Breezy.
squirt pop there. So
Cheers,
cheers to
gang.
Jeff. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about who we want to hear more from. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Freddie Mills, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are talking about who we want to hear more from in the world of bourbon.
Yes, we are. Who is someone from the world of bourbon you guys would like to hear more from? Anybody stand out?
Yes.
Okay.
You had her on the Bourbon Show recently, Leslie Marinoff from Matchbook Distilling.
Yeah, she's a great distiller.
She is something else. If you follow her Substack, it's dose number 8. Her Substack, the way she writes is tremendous. Even she herself will say that, I don't speak as well as I write, but the stuff that she basically writes about her distilling, what she's doing for the day, what she's making for the day, and tying it into what she does for the day. And I'll tell you, boy, she's got quite the life.
She's an interesting one to me because she's like this distilling savant, knows
Yes.
all this distilling stuff. And then things that are big in bourbon, she doesn't necessarily know a whole lot about. Like I was talking about, man, we like what you do. We'd like to do like a barrel pick of your whiskey. And she's like, what's a barrel pick? What is that?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, that's where we buy we try something, we buy the whole barrel. She's like, really? That's like a thing? I'm like, yeah, that's a thing. Believe it or not. She has no idea. I mean, she wasn't busting my balls or anything. It's not anything she ever heard of before.
No, she is truly in it for the craft itself. And her connections are, I argue, almost second to nobody in the industry of all the OG. She's been doing it for years. And their business model, what she does, and everything she's got going on with her Airbnb that she has. I mean, they're on Long Island, at the very tip of Long Island, and out in the middle. If you want to, I'll talk about this out in the middle of nowhere. You're probably looking at that one. And but if you can find any of her stuff, any of her cordials, any of her things, and just go listen to the Bourbon Show. But she can geek out as much as anybody. She was on Flagship in April, I think, and I have her back on in October. So,
Okay.
She's spectacular.
So,
Products are great too.
Yeah. Tim, you stole mine because I looked back, and that's just one from the Flagship from earlier this year. She was a great guest on there, and just the way she could talk the science, everything that she just rattled on and on about, a total nerd, and it was awesome. So I'm gonna back you up on this one because that was one that I'd really like to hear some more from. I haven't listened to the Bourbon Show yet, so I need to catch that one.
Wow. Well, you're behind then, buddy. Yeah,
I am. I know.
That's been a while ago. All right. Who else do we need to hear more from? I mean, I'll go local. Demetrius Kane on a national level. Nobody knows who Demetrius Kane is.
No.
But they need to know who he is. He's one of our great distillers. He's fun. He's great at presentations. He's a great storyteller. He's a guy who will pull you in and have a really great session. So he's definitely a guy that people need to hear more from for sure. I think that's a slam dunk.
Well, I think I'd argue anybody that's familiar with this network knows some of our most talked about distillers, and they're Demetrius. Adam Stumpf is another one.
Yeah.
Lenny Eckstein's another one.
Oh.
Gary Heingarter is another one. Was it still 630? Dave Equals? Weblars. I always forget him and somebody else. Another one, just doing amazing stuff locally. These local small distillers that don't have the national stage, the products. We got a prior episode. Just their base spirits are spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start adding any of their finishing and their experiments, they're over the top. Good.
Right.
And it's like, okay, now that's a whole nother ballgame. I But everybody knows the billionaire Ryan Thompson, so we don't have to worry about him as much.
No,
Right.
no,
He's everywhere.
Sure.
Exactly. I mean, that's another one on there. But there's a few more out there that I definitely know I'm missing. But yeah, you're right. I mean, we're going to hear more about Royce probably in the next over the next 6 months than anything.
Yeah,
What he's got going on.
I think with that 3-chamber, it's going to be really a breakout moment for him.
Yes.
I feel like that's going to take national stage. I think there'll be a lot of interest from, your publications, your whiskey advocates and stuff like that. And
Up
I think
Rocks. I mean, Up Rocks.
Up Rocks will be all over this. Yeah. So
Forbes.
Forbes is also great. Tasting Table will be
they'll be all over this finally. They may send somebody down there.
Yeah, so that'll be good. So I'd like to hear more from them. Who else is on our list of people we'd like to hear from? I got a good one that's, and this person's been distilling at the top level for over 25 years at this point. Harlan Wheatley. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of speaking engagements and stuff. He doesn't do any podcasts, that kind of stuff, or very rarely. Every once in a while, someone will get him probably if you buy enough barrel picks or something. But yeah, he just doesn't do these type of things. It's not really his thing. And again, you don't have to do public PR and things like that. That doesn't make you a great distiller, but when you are a great distiller, we want to hear from you. So it just leaves us wanting more. So I think Harlan Wheatley's the guy we'd like to hear from.
Did you see the recent Buffalo? There's a Buffalo Trace social media post where they have Harlan out there in one of the warehouses talking. He looks so uncomfortable.
I know.
Like, oh my God. He's like, I just wanted to go give him a hug. I'm looking at this video. I'm like, this is so not him.
Yeah.
Do not make him do this. Find other ways to let him shine. And that's
he doesn't want to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
No, he hates it. We'll go throw Dan McKee in there too.
Dan McKee doesn't. Dan McKee's freaking awesome. You put Dan McKee in a room, people are eating out of his hand. He's awesome. He's a likable guy. He's very personable. But man, he's like, I can't believe that people want to be in a room I'm in. I'm like, yeah, I think we want to hear from you, Dan.
Yeah, I feel like when you did the shows during like COVID or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Bourbon Talk Show.
The Bourbon Talk Show.
Those are great episodes. If anybody goes back in the archives, go watch those.
They're out
those
there,
are excellent shows.
He did great on that.
Yeah, he's really, really a good dude. It's those type of people we want to hear more from, for sure.
We'll throw in Greg Schneider as well.
Yeah, Greg Schneider he's just got such an interesting career. I mean, he's been at it for almost 50 years at this point. He's seen it all. So
he's been in the room on everything in history from that we've talked about with Booker No and Jimmy Russell.
Buff Turkey. Everybody's going crazy for this Buff Turkey. Who's the Buff Turkey guy? It's Greg. He's the one who wrote that PO to get what is now what everybody wants. Buff Turkey. That's Greg Schneider. So yeah. I went to Dark Arts and I was like, oh, those are some cool looking bottles. What are those? And they're like, oh, that's the Buff Turkey. I'm like, okay, I might want one of those. What are they? $500. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like Macaulay. I don't know what the difference is. Like he was selling a $300 Buff Turkey at Bourbon Festival, and at the distillery I've seen an $800 Buff Turkey, and then this one at the distillery when I was just there in Lexington was $500. I don't know what the difference between the 3, the 5, and the 800 is. I don't know. Not enough where I want to lay out $500. I know that, so I did not buy. Yeah.
I'd throw in Eric Wolf as well.
Eric
Wolf. I'd love to hear more of what he's doing at Stolen Wolf and more of his, I'd say, retrospective or perspective of what he learned from Dick Stoll and how he's applying it today and what's kind of coming out. I think he's another unsung hero that's doing anything with like the George Washington Project. He's at hands in a ton of stuff, and like he's a people that if you know, and he's in that tight network. But he's not a flashy personality out there. He's truly there for the craft.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Killer whiskey.
Who else? Who else is out there we want to hear more from? Sometimes there's people we hear too much from, right? I mean, I wish we could get more Freddie time. I mean. And I'm talking about Freddie No. I mean, he's so busy with family and stuff like that. And he does a lot, but there's always a need for more. I mean, he's doing such cool things. Beam, he's turned Beam into a cool company, which is not an easy thing to do with the big guys, you know. But they're coming out with some really cool stuff. And I don't know, Beam is doing really good these days. I mean, you want to get their limited releases, just go to the distillery. They got everything there. So you want the Booker's Reserve, it's there. You want the little book, it's there. You want last year's little book, it's at the distillery now. You just go up there.
It's awesome to be able to,
yeah. Well, so Freddie's really helped out a lot with that kind of stuff for sure. Anyone else? Well, there you go. There's a good list, I feel. So there's some more people we'd like to hear from, and we like who there's so many people we get to hear from, but there's some that just leave us wanting more, and that's a good list of folks we'd like to hear more from. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. We'll start with Matt. Matt, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on my website at sabertoothcyber.com.
All right, Jeff.
I'll be catching up on the Bourbon Show, but you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Swyatt.
You can find me on YouTube at our flagship whiskey and on Instagram at SwyGuy2112. 2 1s, 2 2s. 1 eye.
Wow. Who are you copying that from? That type of delivery.
Gokin.
Gokin, yeah. From Gokin, yeah. All right. Justine, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me saving the day at the last minute to podcast. And
absolutely. This would have been a train wreck. We would have called Darren. Darren would have.
Yes.
Well, he wouldn't have answered because he's with his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Sunday night.
You have me on Do Not Disturb.
It's just private time with the missus. Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try them before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. That helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.